Hello everybody, Harry here, and I'm the creator of School Reflection. Now, I'm just going to quickly go over a little bit of an audio commentary on the film. At the time of me doing this commentary, I've just literally finished the film off. It's a Sunday evening. This past sort of weekend, Friday to today, it's been pretty hectic. Just trying to, because the animation was pretty much completed this time last week, but just getting the sound recordings done. I know some backgrounds need to be finished off, and there was a couple of revisions, just going back and just sort of adding a few new elements for the beginning and ending. So yeah, it's been pretty chaotic, but I think I'm at a point now where I'm pretty happy with the cut I've currently got. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into this film. And here's my new company logo. Nice and simple. I was gonna do much more to it, but here we go. So the opening right here. If you're not aware, this is a remake of an older film I created a couple of years back. Now this opening here, I wasn't going to do this initially. I was going to do something far more animated, but when my mate saw the original cut of the film, he advised you got to include the original opening, which was sort of my sort of old school sketchbook. Well, it isn't actually my old school. In the film, it was supposed to be my old school sketchbook. Oh, here we go. Autism. And now this sketching line drawing here, it was initially going to sort of, after this shot where you got sort of the paper and drawings, it was going to cut into the hospital, and you would have seen a sketch diagram of like describing autism. But then I realised you don't really need the hospital setting. You can easily just do it at the beginning of all the pictures. Oh, and another contributing fact, that opening was so last minute that I actually relied on many of my old sketches from the original School Reflection production to get that opening done. And here we go. I'm not really happy with these people. I think adding a bit of a boil, just 2 extra drawings, that sort of boil effect's what you got for the word autism, that little squiggle, probably would have made this shot a lot more better. Than maybe all of this should have been in a line drawing, but oh well. And here we go. And we get into the descent now of the main character being rather upset, who's based on myself. I'm just going to call him the autistic lad to keep it simple. But yeah, the red colours very much signifying that he's sort of in a very dark and hostile place. Red, quite a stressful colour. And lava of the feet. This is, apart from the beginning opening, that lava bit is the only other bit that has a bit of live action in the film. I was trying to think of other ways to sort of do a lava effect, but I couldn't think of any other way to do it, so I just thought I'll just get a bit of stock footage from a sort of a burning fire, and I'll just sort of put a few filters over it and use that. You might notice on the wall there's a little Easter egg of an upcoming project. I won't say what it is, but if you do watch my YouTube channel, you might get an idea of a certain documentary I'm working on. Oh, and yeah, and the scribble out pen here, I did that by doing a screen recording on my sort of graphics, like my art program, with a green background. I scribbled on top of that, screen recorded it, and then of course green screened it, removed the green background, and applied it on top of the pen. Quite simple just to do that scribble effect. And there we go. Let's talk about the sound design quite quickly, because what I did for the sound, to save on time, I went back on a lot of my hard drives and just kind of outsourced some old sort of clips of certain bits and bobs, and tried to just sort of use the sounds from there just to save on time, create new sound effects. The only new sound effects that I really created is like maybe when you hear somebody walking on by, some footsteps, maybe some mouth noises. Actually, I found some old footage of myself at school, actually, as a really young boy. Voice was much more high pitch. So I actually just sort of took little elements of that, and there's no real dialogue that I use in the film, but I just took those little snippets and just kind of applied it from when he's making a noise, like, oh, it's sort of that. Oh, and the flashing background, that was just the fire effect, once again, just brighten up so you couldn't tell. Mrs. Sugar! Now, this is actually a real-life person that I encounter at school. There she is, and every time I show this film to anybody, they often comment about her body. I don't think I really need to say anything more, but basically, I wanted to make her seem a lot more intimidating from the original film. So I thought I'll give a bit of a seductive body, and I love that finger movement right there. Really nice, solid animation right there. A lot of the animation, to save on time, I did a full sort of rotation with the head right there. And any bits where I needed a side view, I just copy and paste from there, like the original sketches, and then I just sort of put on top like the new faces that would have to be added on, just to save on time, just to make it a bit more quicker. And since I had a rotation, it meant that when he turns his head, it's much more smoother. I love it when he picks up the pen. Here we go. This is probably my favourite bit of sound audio. I did the music myself. I wanted to sort of challenge myself and make the soundtrack 100% original and the visuals 100% original, not rely on any copyright material whatsoever, even royalty-free stuff. And yes, that is me screaming, and oh, my arms fell off. And there we go. This was a bit I was really scared of when I initially animated it. Young lad biting Mr. Sugar, because I didn't want it to make it justifiable, but I wanted to at least make it understandable to the audience why he would bite her, to show that Mr. Sugar handled that entire situation the wrong way by grabbing him by the arm. But I sort of contemplated this and showed a lot of the teachers the clip, and they felt that it was understandable as to why he would bite him. So yeah. Simple movement with the feet, but hardly any feet animation at all. That bit of the swans, that was recycled from my test shoot, and oh, there's a nice cat. I'm not pleased with the cat picture. This was sort of a last minute addition because I just needed some sort of nice imagery to go alongside the ending, and well, I couldn't think of anything else, so I just thought I'd have him with my cat. And that cat is actually based on my cat Nala, which we'll see in a minute. The reason I did that was because I thought in case I wanted any live action shots with a cat, I could just sort of base it on one of my own cats. There he goes. He puts the book back, and we'll see her in a minute. But yeah, there she is. So thank you very much for watching. I had a lot more to say, but of course, a 6-minute video, not quite enough time to say it. But oh well. But yeah, please stay tuned for the behind the scenes stuff.